We will waiting all of the participants of this room. Please calling your friend, all of your friend in your team to join this room.
Habis lagi.
So I will absent all of the team in this room. The first team is Lesia Servona, Natalia Lakusha, Natalia Fialko, Olha Valamurcuk. Apakah sudah ada? Belum. Then the next is Team 2, Iis Wedi, Sri Reski Humuyani, Musliha Muhayyang, Nur Saleh. Is he in this room?
Yes.
Okay. Then Team 3, Ana Wardana, Siti Nurhalisa Febrina, Haidir, Fitra Awalia Salam, Ainia Zikra Putri Isnaat. Is he?
Yes.
Okay. Then Team 4 is Andi Vivek Fatima Azahra, Muhammad Saiful Nur, Muhammad Yusril Sharif, Figri Al-Ghifari. Is he? Siapa ini? Andi Vivek Fatima?
Yes.
Okay. Then the next team is Ahmad Fadil, Ahmad Mutawakal, Rizal Tanjung, Wisdom Novanda Gunawan. Is he there in here? Excuse me. Okay. Next is Ahmad Midrar, Mu Irfan Aryabi, Mamal, Elsa Purwaningsi, Ade Nurfianti. Is he in here? Ahmad Midrar, Mu Irfan Aryabi Mamal. Okay. Then next is Ulfia Sukri, Mayang Sari, Sul Jalali Wal Ikram, Musjalil, and Farda. Is he here? Nothing. Then Marsuki Mansur, Fildayani, Muh Imran, dan Tri Wahyudin Syam.
Yes.
Okay. Then the 10th team is Nurul Wahdania, Elviana, and Didatun Nisa. Team 9, Nurul Wahdania. Okay. Then the last team is Kesatriawan Zainuddin, Muh Ilham, Amar, Novita Dewi, Anggariksa Putri. Is he here? Okay. We will continue this presentation for room 4. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Then I will read the rules of this room. The first is the symposium participant are participants who have registered via link on the official website of ISOGAPP 2020-2021. Then second, make sure your PC or your laptop or your mobile phone is connected to the internet, has been installed to some cloud meeting application. Then the participant ID on the symposium must be used with full name and followed by the institution. Then during the symposium, participant can ask the speaker by using the room chat. The question just can be delivered only in the room chat, no directly. Then attendance link will be distributed at the end of event. Then the last certificate will be distributed to participants who take part to entire series of the event. Then parallelization rules. The first is parallelization will be led by moderator, me. Then participant must be enter the room. In this room, then participant must be active the camera. Then each presenter given 5 minutes for presentation. Then the Q&A will be delivered after all of the participants in this room is presented. Then the question and answer session is limited one question for all of team. Then 7, questioner can only submit on the room chat box, not directly. Then if there is technical error, please follow the moderator direction. Then each presentation will be assessed by the team judges. Okay, we will continue. There is question for all of the team. Jadi saya bahasa Indonesia kan. Jadi yang pertama itu yang harus diingat adalah presentasi hanya 5 menit. Jika lewat dari 5 menit kami akan hentikan walaupun sedang berbicara. Kemudian sesi tanya jawab itu di akhir sesi setelah semua dari tim tim room 4 ini bertanya. Dan hanya satu pertanyaan untuk setiap kelompok, setiap tim. Baik, kami mulai untuk tim nomor 2. ISWD, Sri Reski Humuyani, Musliha Muhayyang, dan Nur Saleh dengan judul Implementation of Good Environmental Governance in the Waterfront City Development in Majene District from University of Muhammadiyah Makassar. Time is yours. Silahkan share screen.
Hello.
Yes, please start.
Oke. Ada yang share ya? Share screen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello. Can you listen me?
Yes, it's clear.
Yes.
Continue.
Ada Mi juga anunya. PT-nya.
Your time is just 5 minutes.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Introducing myself, my name is Sri Reski Humiani and my team is Yuswedi and Musliha Muhayyang. Straight away regarding the weather front here, we have analysis the implementation of weather front city in Majene district. We have to know what weather front city is. About weather front city. What is Waterfront City? Waterfront City is an alternative to improving the economy in area to be set as good environmental governance. Waterfront City is an alternative to improve the economy in area and to be referred to as good environment. And where a city can release good environment, then it will potentially become an area with good governance. Number two, how the waterfront city is like, and about this, the waterfront city in the form of urban by the sea that is built on reclaimed and land which is usually built up higher can be used as uh, a tourist attraction and can also be established hotel, museum, and playground and the waterfront location. For graphical location in Majene Regency is one of the 6 regencies in West Sulawesi, which is located west coast west Sulawesi province extending of south to north. The area of Majene Regency is 947.8 square kilometer of 5.6%. About state of city, the coastal district of Majene is close to the city center, but is less noticed by the local government, so that the coastal area is only a tourist location that has not been exposed to its extension. Majene Regency in general, in sustainable development has a vision toward good governance. It expects the application of waterfront city concept is not only oriented to increase the value of the central and religion economy only, but also pay attention to the environmental condition or good environmental Majene Regency as an area whose geographical condition is lowland that has coastal condition that need to be improved the development to support economic growth. For research method, for time, we have the research was conducted for 2 months, and for location, we have public work and local government agency. And for type of this analysis, is qualitative, descriptive, and data collection techniques is by literature, journal, document, and observation, interview, and documentation. Okay, why waterfront city? Why waterfront city? Because waterfront city is an alternative in the economic development of area, especially coastal areas with reclaimed land and can be used as a place to make waterfront city. This alternative can be solution in coastal management because it is the development of urban areas that are physically located near the water. Coastal management can be done by reclamation. Relate to that, Majene Regency as an area whose geographical conditional is in the form of lowland that have coastal condition that need to be improved or developed to support economic growth. And for impact of waterfront city, the economy in area will be more developed when the waterfront city is because the location can be a means to increase the income of the regional budget because of the collection of costs from several sectors such as trade, restaurant, and more, tourist sector, marine sector, zebra sector, and other hotel and playground. And with the waterfront city, then the government can be said to have improved the environment that was once a slum become better. And waterfront city development slowly began to be realized. In addition, it can increase community empowerment in the area. So for conclusion for this analysis, uh, based on the result of the research in the previous chapter, the research can conclude that implementation of good environmental governance in the planned development waterfront city in Majene Regency will not have a positive impact on the Majene community, in
Sorry,
particular because the development waterfront city.
sorry.
Yes.
Your time is
Okay.
okay.
Okay. Thank you for your attention. Uh, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Berapa menit? Then for the next presentation is Ana Wardana, Siti Nurhalisa Febrina Haidir, Fitra Aulia Salam, Ainia Zikra Putri Isnaat. The title is Good Tourism Governance of the Management, Beautiful Malino in Goa Regency from Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar. Time is yours. 5 minutes.
Wait, PowerPoint has loading. Ada? Ini? Okay, thank you. Ada cara. Thank you for the moderator. And first of all, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I want to say hello to all participants, and I'm so glad to be a participant to this international symposium. I want to introduce our team, and you can see in the participant list. Please raise your hand and say hello.
Hi, I'm Ainia Zikra Putri Isnaat.
And I, Fitra Aulia Salam.
And I am Siti Nurhalisa Febrina as the presenter to this our paper. So let me present our paper in this title is Good Tourism Governance of the Management Beautiful Marina Event in Goa Regency. So introduction. Malino is one of the areas in Goa Regency, which is the capital of Tinggi Moncong sub-district, located in the eastern part of Goa Regency. Malino has a great natural attraction and has very rich mountains with view of pine trees and limestone. A variety of beautiful tropical plants grow and develop in what is often dubbed as the city of flowers. By looking at Malino's great tourism potential, therefore the Goa Regency government created a beautiful Malino tourism program. Next, tourism is one of the development sector focused by the government because tourism is very important development for Indonesia, especially as one of the country's foreign exchange producer. In this beautiful Malino event, expected to lift economy of the community around Malino and make Malino destination more famous. In the beautiful Malino event, the main problem is the garbage. That's because the lack of awareness from visitors of landlines. Therefore, good and orderly tourism management becomes a necessity for every local government to improve our ordinance. Next, I want to talk about literature review. Research by Atrianingsi and Mirza 2019 entitled The Role of the Government in Developing Malino Tourism as a Beautiful Malino in Goa Regency. And research by Hidayat and Rahayu 2018 entitled Good Tourism Governance in the Management of Tourism Village in the Kota Gede area of Yogyakarta City. Next, about research method. 1. Data search. Data search are obtained from relevant parties who know exactly the existence and effective condition of the file at the time. Data can be in the form of even information, important files, photos, print media, or general knowledge. About the surveillance issue, in the study, the data obtained based on the search can be classified in two parts, namely number 1, primary data, and number 2, secondary data. Next, data type. The type of data used in this study is descriptive qualitative, which aims to obtain the truth of scientific knowledge through established procedure. Next, data collection technique used. In the order to collect data research, use data collection techniques, namely step 1, observation, step 2, interview, then step 3, documentation. Next, analysis techniques data. Number 1, data reduction. Number 2, data presentation. And number 3, draw conclusion. Lastly, analysis reading techniques. Number 1, extension of research period. Number 2, observation monitoring. And number 3, triangulation. And now I want to talk about result and discussion. Tourism implementation is aimed at improving the welfare and prosperity of the people. Therefore, good tourism is indispensable and must always be improved. The management of the tourism sector based on good tourism governance priorities the involvement of 3 key actors, namely the government, the public, and the private sector. Next, Beautiful Malino indirectly introduced the history, culture, and beauty of the city of Malino. Are some activity held to tourism. Number 1, development efficient. Number 2, for the context. Number 3, mountain bike, trail adventure, and lastly, cross country run. And you can see in the screen that picture on even beautiful Malino in 2017 years ago. You can see in the screen the beautiful Malino event in 2018. You can see in the screen the picture of even beautiful Malino in 2019. So beautiful Malino is included in the annual agenda of Goa Regency, and in the first edition was held beautiful Malino event that also became an annual event of South Sulawesi province. Next, conclusion. Number 1, beautiful Malino management concept in Goa Regency. Point A, management concept, planning, organization, control, evaluation, and implementation. Point B, destination concept, creating a destination based on natural tourism. Number 2, supporting factors and inhibition of beautiful Malino program. Point A, supporting factor, and point B, inhibitory factors. Recommendation. Number 1, the government should need to evaluate or make new policies related to the beautiful Malino event. This problem from year to year is garbage and hygiene issue. Number 2, the government may be able to make regulation to overcome problems that occur after the beautiful Malino event. So that's all our presentation. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for team 3. Then we next for team 4. Andi Wiwik Fatima Azhara, Muhammad Syaiful Nur, Muhammad Yusril Sharif, Fikri Al-Ghifari. The title is The Influence of Shihal Leadership on Employee Performance to the Sub-District Office of the Gantarang Sub-District, Painrelompoe Village, Bulukumba Regency, from Government Science, Social and Political Science. So time is yours.
Oh iya, 1 menit. Ada di
And all, I will say thank you for joining in the room for my group presentation. First of all, let me introduce myself and my group partners. My name is Andi Wiwi Fatima Zahra. Are Muhammad Syaiful Nur, Muhammad Yusril Sharif, and Fikri Al-Ghifari. To shorten, the influence of sub-district head leadership on employee performance study at the sub-district office of Gantarang Agency. Research background. Session is expected to build motivation on for his subordinates and build unit being worked on. The Chamat is a symbol of leadership that exists at the sub-district, one of who is able to be a role model for all his subordinates. And then the formulation of the problem is, the first, how is the influence improving employee performance in Gantarang District Bulukumba Regency? And the second one is, what factors are the obstacles to the Chamat leadership in improving employee performance? And for the research purposes, the first, to be able to find out about how the in improving employee performance in Gantarang District, Bulukumba Regency. And the second one is to be able to find out, learn about what factors or the obstacles to the Chamat leadership in improving employee performance. And for the benefits of research, as practically, it is hoped that this research can provide benefits or at least have an impact on the process of developing the influence of good
Excuse me, Andi Vivek Fatima Zahra. Fatima Muhammad Saiful Nur. Excuse me. Okay. You. Excuse me. Room 4. Group 4. Andi Wiwik Fatima Zahra. Muhammad Saiful Nur, Muhammad Yusril, Syarif, Fikri Al-Ghifari.
driving conclusion and verification. The results and discussion. This study is to see how the influence of leadership by a sub-district head on employee performance at the sub-district village.
Okay, for group 4, Your time is, it's time to stop your presentation. Group 4, Andi, Vivek, Fatima, Zahra.
Yes.
Okay, please closing your presentation. Okay. Next, we jump to the next group 5. Ahmad Fadil, Ahmad Mutawakal, Rizal Tanjung, Wisdam Novanda Gunawan. The title is The Influence of Leadership Style on Employee Performance in the Scope of Government in the Office Samata Somboopu District Goa Regency from Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar. For Group 4, Ahmad Fadil, Ahmad Tawakal, Rizal Tanjung, Wisdam Novanda Gunawan, time is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am from the master program. I am from the Ilmu Pemerintahan of Fakulty Social Politik at Muhammadiyah University of Makassar. Thank you for the opportunity that is of public administration at the Muhammadiyah. Yes. Thank you for the opportunity that has been given to our group to present a journal with the time, the influence of leadership style on employee performance in the scope of government in the Kelurahan Office Samata Sembopu District Goa Regency. Preliminary. Leadership is a way or form of directing and behavior to win the hearts, means and behavior of others but in general. The definition of leadership is always associated with a more process by which a person is directed to achieve mutually agreed goals. This means the depth for the leadership emphasizes the process in which a leader fights an important battle of our subordinates in order to direct their work in achieving the goals that have been set. And the next, leadership is the core of an organization, and management leadership has a role in determining the failure and success of the organization in an effort to achieve the goals that are shared goals. Leadership is a very important role in the supervision and enforcement of discipline in art organization. Leadership is a process in which a person or group of people exert influence over others to achieve all goals objective. Leadership is a positive ability that a person has to influence others and a system to provide possible impact to achieve optimal results. Next, consultations and suggestion. Based on the result of research on the influence of the leadership style on the performance of governments, employees at the Samata office, Sombopo District, Goa Regency, it can be concluded the described statistical analysis obtained the result of respondent, which indicates the leadership styles in a very good assessment and respondent responses regarding employee of the scope of government. Samata Village is classified as very good. The result of the regression equation be interpreted based on the value. It is known that the value is so it can conclude that the leadership style variable X affect the performance of employees. Y in the scope the government and the Samata Output Office, Sumbapu District, Goa Regions. The suggestion that can be given to the researcher 1.1 it better is of the leadership at the Samata Village office is more assertive in encourage employees to carry out their duties and responsibilities. Point 2, leaders must also have the ability to solve problems in the implementation of work by always doing to refer and evaluation of about work. Thanks for waiting.
Okay. Thank you for the group 5 with Novanda Gunawan. Then we next the sixth team, Ahmad Midrar, Muh Irfan Arya Bimamal, Elsa Purwaningsi, Ade Nurfianti, with the title Helping Communities Facing Social Change as the Impact of COVID-19. For, excuse me for Sir Wisdom.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you hear my voice?
Okay. Yes, it's clear. Okay. Mr. Wisdom.
Can I start?
But okay, please. But
Okay. Uh, Before start, let us introduce ourselves. The first one is me, Muhammad Irfan Aribi Mamal, and the second is Ahmad Midrar, and the third is Elsa Purwaningsi, and the fourth is Ade Nurfianti. The title is Helping Communities Facing Social Changes as Impact COVID-19 in the Sub-District of Benteng, Selayar Island. Introduction. At the beginning of March, precisely March 2, 2020, the Indonesian government announced that there were 2 people infected with COVID-19. This immediately prompted the government to immediately form a task force to deal with this virus. Reflection on the case faced by countries affected by COVID-19, the government troops infected with this virus. In the Benteng sub-district, the emergence of cases of coronavirus disease, or better known as COVID-19, in China, which is widely reported in print media, electronic media, to online media as a new virus. This is very dangerous. COVID-19 is considered dangerous because it can damage human reproductive organ on April 10, 2020 as a suspect or close contact of one person. The first positive case appeared on April 29, 2020 as many as one person. Next is formulation. The first is what is government strategy in dealing with social changes in society as a result of COVID-19 in Benteng District, Selayar Island Regency. The second is what is the form of social changes in the community as a result of COVID-19 in Benteng District, Selayar Island Regency. Next is the purpose. The first is to explain the government strategy in dealing with social changes in society as a result of COVID-19 in Benteng District, Selayar Island Regency. The second is to explain the form of social change in the community as a result of COVID-19 in Benteng District, Selayar Island Regency. We jump to review literature review. The first is strategy. The second is government. The third is COVID-19. And the fourth is social change. Next is we jump to methods. The method. This research was carried out for 2 months, located in Benteng District, Selayar Island Regency, to study use descriptive qualitative method. The method of data collection was done by interviewing 6 informants. Data collection techniques were carried out by observation, in-depth interview, literature study, and documentation. The data analysis techniques used this study are data collection, reduction, data presentation, and conclusion drawing. So the next is research and discussion. The first strategy of government is socialization and education. This is the sub-district government together with the Benteng Police, Koramil, and Sapol appealed to the public to follow health protocols, distributed masks, and carry out orders for people who did not follow the health protocols. Next is the Benteng Puskesmas Health Promotion Team as a partner of the sub-district government provides education and understanding to the community so that they can survive during the COVID-19 pandemic. The third is, and religious leaders assist the government by conveying to their respective congregation that is important to follow health protocols. The second strategy is opening to a COVID-19 command post. That is, the sub-district government provides opportunities for the community to convey their problems through the available posts. With the complaints from the community, the sub-district government submits it to the top level government. The third strategy is conduction, searches, inspection, and maintenance to the community. That is, the sub-district government together with the Fort Health can go down to the community to find people infected with COVID-19 and record people who have interact with them. So the last strategy is improving the quality of education. That is to divide the learning methods, namely the online system to budget constraints of the Benteng district governments and the problem of connectivity, so that the education sector is only part of education and the culture office of Selayar Island Regency. The last is conclusion. Government strategy. The first is socialization and education. The second is opening the COVID-19 command post. The third is conduction searches, inspection, and maintenance to the community. The last strategy is improving the quality of education. Social change. Yes.
Okay, your time is enough.
Yes.
Uh, So closing your presentation, please.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, thank you for group 6. Then we jump to the next presentation. I will remind you that your presentation just 5 minutes. Jadi presentasinya hanya 5 menit saja. Please, please prepare your presentation as complex as possible for your best presentation. Then the next is Hasrul Nur, Ulfa Duyanti, Sukmawati, Andi Padamani. With the title Public Policy Communication in the Implementation of Health Protocols at the Pika Algor, Sudiang in the Makassar city. For the second group, Hasrul Nur, time is yours. Hasrul Nur, Ulfa Duyanti, Sukmawati, Andi Padamani. Are you able to presentation? Group 7, excuse me, Andi Padamani. Okay.
Okay, wait. Hai, gimana? Ya, bener. Kau tadi tidak selesai. Nggak bisa. Nggak bisa.
Okay. We will take you at the last session for Andi Padamani. Next session, while you and your team preparing your network or your provider, sorry, we jump to the next presentation is Ulfia Sukri, Mayang Sari, Suljalali Wal Ikram, Muhjalil, and Farda. With the title Governance Land Ownership in the Makassar City, an analysis of the political struggle of the urban poor in the Bara-Bara Barabaraya, Makassar City. For team 8, time is yours.
Okay. Can the moderator show our PPT? I have sent. Okay, thank you very much. Let's first, I want to say Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much for the opportunity given to our team to present our topic today. But before we are presented our topic today, I want to introduce myself and my team. I'm Ulfia Sukri from Government Study, and the second member is Pardanur Rahmani. The third member is Mayang Sari. The fourth member is Zuljalaliwar Ikram, and then the last member is Muhammad Jalil. I'm a presenter and also first speaker for this presentation. I want to present my title of this moment. It's about governance, land ownership in Makassar City, and analyze of the political struggle of the urban poor in Barabaraya, Makassar City. The first, by introduction, talking about Makassar has many strategic areas that can be used as trade routes. Therefore, is often said to be a trade gateway is Eastern in Indonesia. The city is the capital of South Sulawesi South Sulawesi province, being one of the cities with relatively rapid trading activities. The problems of Makassar City are getting stronger with the erosion of space for the original inhabitants of the city to immigrants. So that is the poor city. And the next slide. Can move to other slide. Yes. Eviction and land grabbing and everything else to get rid of the urban poor will continue. This is clearly illustrated at several points in Makassar City, such as Barabaraya City in Makassar, which experienced evictions planned by the government to beautify the city by building hotels, elite housing, and malls, which is only enjoyed by a few people. And then can move other slide. And then in the literature review, during the colonial period, the struggle was in import carried out with a certificate where the diplomacy to obtain a safe independence. The struggle also had a broad meaning, so that what is carried out by the horrors in where the event of Indonesia national struggle. The city is a vast center for social, economic, and political relation of society, where the city is the center of the meeting of several races, activities, and even different nation and the social relation. Poverty is a position where a person or society does not have property that can meet their daily needs because their income is very low economical. Can move other slide. And then in the methodology research, we use type of research focus in empires on political struggle of the urban poor as socio-political and social study of the city of Makassar, which include the following three questions. One, the question, what is the form of the political struggle of the urban poor in Makassar? The second question, how are the achievements of the political struggle of the urban poor in Makassar? And the third question, what is the factor that hinder the political struggle of the urban poor in Makassar? And then the next topic will be continue with my friend Fardanur Rahmani.
Okay, first of all, I'm going to talk about the result and discussion. The Makassar City Regional Administration profile, Makassar from 1971 from 1999, officially known as Ujung Pandang, is the capital, officially known city of South Sulawesi province. Makassar is an international city, so well the largest Eastern Indonesia and in the past a capital state of East Indonesia. After that, I'm going to talk about the Barabaraya city. The struggle of the United Barabaraya Alliance, as we know, Aliansi Barabaraya Bersatu, to defend the land where they live on Jalan Abu Bakar Ombogo, Barabaraya Village, Kecamatan Makassar, Makassar City, through the courts to state in overthrowing the land mafia. And on the third, Makassar City poor political struggle. As we know, the aspiration of the little people can be conveyed either in the form of issue campaign, solidarity demonstration, or occupation and governing institution. Um, people organizing is which is suddenly it's a metropolitan city area with fairly large poverty level where the problem of the urban poor becomes a big court because what dominates the city and adorned from every single in the slums of urban poor. Next. And Makassar City poor political struggle. The civil society, this is the basis for the political struggle of urban poor. As we see about the
Excuse me.
yes.
Your time is enough. Then close your presentation.
Maybe after you next the presentation, I will be close my presentation.
Okay.
After the next presentation. Next ini apa? Next slide-nya. Because it's okay, as we see, I'm going to end my presentation today. This is a view of people of struggle from people Barabaraya. If we are united, Barabaraya will win. Atau jika kita bersatu, Barabaraya akan menang. Thank you very much and you're welcome.
Okay. Thank you very much for Group 8. Then we will inform you that your presentation just 5 minutes. So if you wanna get the best presentation, please complexing your presentation that be a good presenter. There is a introduction, your background, your results, and your conclusion. So the next presentation is nine team is by Marsuki Mansur, Phil Dayani, Muh Imran, and Tri Wahyudin Sham. So for group 9, the title is Strategies and Policies in the Acceleration of Complete Systematic Land Registration or PTSL in the 2021 in the district of Selayar. So for group 9, Marsuki Mansur, time is
Okay, thank you very much. Please, can you make me host? I want to record and share screen. Okay, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. First of all, let's us pray, praise, and gratitude for the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because of his blessings and grace, we still have time to carry out of these ISOGAPP activities, and not forgetting
we send salawat to great of our Lord's name is Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who has brought us from the dark world to the bright light nature. Okay. Our team, the strategy and policies in acceleration of pendaftaran tanah masih lengkap PTSL in 2025-21 in the district of Selayar. Introduction. The complete systematic and registration program or PTSL dalam bahasa Indonesia pendaftaran tanah sistem masih lengkap is one of priority programs launched by President Joko Widodo since 2016 with the aim that approximately 126 million plots of land must be certified throughout this country. In 2015, there are only about 46 million plots of land that had registered right, so that there are still around 18 million plots of land that have not been registered. According to the data from the Minister of Agrarian Affairs at the RBPN, the average land office throughout Indonesia only register about 500,000 lands plot per year. It means that with the total of 18 million plot of lands, we will take approximately 116 years to register all land plots in the country. For the Selayar Island Regency, according to the data from the Regency Land Office, the number of land plots in Selayar approximately 83,000 plots, while the registered land plots are only about 42,000, meaning that only about 15% of the land has been registered in Selayar Regency. Based on the importance of the program mentioned above, it is considered important to formulate registration strategy and policies that are more focused and operational so that the realization of the acceleration of land certificate in Selayar Regency can run optimally. Literature review strategy is an action as done experimentally and continuous and is based on the standpoint and what they expect by the customer in the future. This strategy was always start from what can happen and not from what happens. Okay, strategy as a support for decision-making, strategy as an element to achieve success, as a means of coordination and communication. One of the important rules of the means of coordination and communication for the strategy to command directly to the company. Method. In formulating these operation policies, the methodology used is a SWOT, strength, weakness, opportunity, and threats. Strategy and policy that we are expect to be able to leverage an achievement of acceleration implementation of complete system lengkap. This section discussion number 1, policies for public awareness and education to PTSL activities. Number 2, policy regarding complete systematic and registration fee. Number 3, policies related in income tax atau PPH and customer of occupation right on land and buildings, BPHTB. Conclusion and recommendation. Based on the description above, it can be concluded that policy next text for the acceleration of complete system lengkap, concrete and sustainable step that can be leveraged of achieve the implementation of land restoration activity in Selayar. So it's given positive impact then the community. It's also hope that the regional government will provide support and contribution, both material and immaterial, so that the implementation of Joko Widodo government program in terms of land certificate through Indonesian, especially in Slayer, can process as previously planned. I think that's all our presentation. Thank you.
Thank you for 40 minutes for your presentation. Then we next to group 10 with the title Evaluation of COVID-19 Handling Policy Implementation in Goa District by Nurul Wahdania, Elviana, Mujadidatun Nisa. Okay, for group 10, time is yours. Hello, group 10.
Thank you for the opportunity. We are from Government Science Program Study, Faculty of Social and Political Science, University of Muhammadiyah Makassar. Hello, my name is Nurul Dania, and my team is named Elviana and Mujadidatun Nisa.
Sorry for interrupting, but your voice volume it's really. Can you make a louder? Bisa diperbesar Kak suaranya, kecil sekali Kak kedengaran.
Hello.
Ya, it is not, nggak jelas Kak. Kecil volumenya.
Ya. Hello. Hello.
Ya,
Hello. Okay, thank you for the opportunity. We are from Government Science Program Study, Faculty of Social and Political Science, University of Muhammadiyah Makassar. Hello, my name is Nurul Dania, and my team is named Elviana.
Hello.
And Mujadidatun Nisa.
Hello everyone.
Okay, next we will present a journal with the detailed evaluation of implementation of COVID-19 handling policy in Goa Regency. Introduction. Coronavirus disease 19 is caused by SARS-CoV-2 virus that
can be transmitted from animal to human and human to human through droplets or direct contact in sufferers. Seeing in the increasing number of COVID-19 cases, there are several actions taken by the government in an effort to optimism about stopping the circulation of COVID-19. Just as the Goa district government has taken steps to address the policy and socialize every policy that has been issued, such as conduction self-isolation for 14 days again ODP and PDP and the patient's family. In order for every policy that has been issued by the Goa district government to run effectively, the policies that have been issued are socialist and implemented effectively in every region in Goa Regency. The next, my team.
Let us to review. Previous research, handling and prevention of coronavirus pandemic outbreak by Carino 2020. Research result, review from legal expert variant regulation has been issued to prevent the spread COVID-19. But the reality to that show that there has been no significant change in the handling of COVID-19 cases in Indonesia. In the study using the police evaluation theory in Gaston 2019, according to the police evaluation criteria include effectiveness, efficiency, and responsiveness, used by the author in measuring the extent of success rate of government police implementation in handling COVID-19 in Goa Regency. Research methods. The method used is the research is qualitative research. Data show, primary and secondary, data analysis techniques, data reduction, data presentation, and conclusive drawing, and data collection techniques, observation, interview, and documentation.
Okay, research result, effectiveness, evaluation of the implementation of COVID-19 handling policy in Goa Regency, which is where the Goa district government has issued rules related to the handling of COVID-19, in this case, regulation number 2 of 2020 on mandatory masks and the application of health protocols. The regulation is one of the government efforts in handling COVID-19, especially in Goa Regency. Efficiency. The efficiency of the policy of handling COVID-19 Goa Regency has an impact on the size of the budget used in the process of handling COVID-19. In this case, the implementation of the policy of handling COVID-19 in Goa Regency is inefficient in terms of budget. Responsiveness. Government is very responsive to the handling of the COVID-19 pandemic in Goa Regency. This can be seen from the large-scale social restrictions that are the policy of the central government in response to the issues of regulation number 2 of 2020 on mandatory masks and the application of health protocols. Closing conclusion, the government policy of Goa Regency is effective and very responsive to the handling of the COVID-19 pandemic, but still less efficient in relation to the budget used. Suggestion, the Goa Regency government is expected to continue to increase supervision on the implementation of the health protocols among the community and ensure the availability of supporting facility to break the chain of COVID-19 spread. Okay, guys, don't forget to stay healthy and stay safe and follow health protocols.
Wearing a mask, hand washing,
keeping your distance, stay away from the crowd, limiting interaction.
Thank you. Thank you. See you.
Okay, thank you. That is remarkable presentation for 40 minutes left. Then for next presentation is Kesatriawan Zainuddin Muh Ilham, Amar Novita Dewi, Anggariksa Putri. The title is Resilience of Hamlet Bas as SMES in Bantaeng Regency during the COVID-19 pandemic. So for this group, time is yours.
Thank you, moderator. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Moderator, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, I will like to say thank you for coming to my presentation. It's great to see you all. Today I will present my research with the title Resiliency of Hamlet Bay is a miss in Bantaeng Regency during the COVID-19 pandemic. And my group, the first Kesatriawan, and I am the second Ilham, the third Amar, and the last Novita. Okay. Chapter 1, Introduction. Background: in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic situation, which has caused a decline in profit for SMEs actor due to operational restriction and reduced community activities. So SMEs actor are tested for their resilience during the COVID-19 pandemic to be able to survive and adapt in the midst of difficult situation. Like this, with reduced product demand, scarcity of raw material, decreased sales, and reduced purchasing power and community activities. The impact that has occurred in our region, Indonesia, requires effort and hard work so that every SMEs actor, especially those based in Hamlet in Bantaeng Regency during the COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, the point B, formulation of the problem. How is the resilience of Hamlet-based SMEs in Bantaeng Regency during the COVID-19 pandemic? C, research purpose to find out the resilience of Hamlet-based SMEs actor in Bantaeng Regency during the COVID-19 pandemic. Point D, benefit. Theoretically, this research is expected to be a source of insight and knowledge, as well as to make a meaningful and useful contribution in knowing a clear picture of the conditions SMEs in the pandemic period, especially business actor in the Hamlet in Bantaeng Regency. Practically, namely, it is hoped that it can be taken into consideration and at the same time input for the local government of Bantaeng Regency regarding the condition of Hamlet-based SMEs in Bantaeng Regency during the pandemic, so that in making publish, it can be in accordance with that is expected by SMEs to survive the COVID-19 pandemic. The research is expected to inspire other research to study more deeply about the condition and the relate to SMEs in Bantaeng Regency, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, chapter 2, literature review. The point I, resilient. According to Jordan and Jafarnik, will that resilience is the potential possessed in the dealing with the effect of a disaster and effort to overcome the effect of disaster to be able to recover as quickly as before Swastana et al. 2020. Resilience is not a trait that a person has science built or automatically person in a person of after he has achieved it. Resilience is more of dynamic process that include positive adaptation in dealing with a difficult situation containing dangers and significant obstacles. Henriana, 2018. Sorry. Point B, SMEs general concept. The definition of small and medium enterprise SMEs refer to the rule of law number 20 of 2008 concerning micro and small enterprises. SMEs are individual owned business or business entities that are productive and meet the criteria written by the law. The minimum asset of the business is 50 million, while the maximum turnover is 300 million. Ayawati, 2020 cite that the ability of SMEs to be more detailed in responding flexibly and quickly in dealing with uncertainties so that it can be an effective way of crisis management. So, mindset chart. Resilience of Hamlet-based SMEs in Bantaeng Regency during the COVID-19 pandemic. There are three factors to know resilience. The first, social support, personal strength, the three ability to do, the resilience to continue of Hamlet-based SMEs in Bantaeng Regency during the COVID-19 pandemic. What is the personal strength, social support, and ability to do? Social support is support that come from outside the SMEs actor, so that the amount of social support from the other people is very helpful for SMEs actor in forming resilience. The source of this is how SMEs actor can interpret the amount of support and resource they get from the social environment outside of themselves. Personal strength is uh, personal strength is the strength of SMEs actor consistent of feeling, behavior, and self-confidence. The third is the ability to do is the ability of SMEs actor in the social and interpersonal relationship. Okay, chapter sorry, chapter 3 research method. The research is conducted for 45 days in 44 hamlet in Gantarangkeke district of Bantaeng Regency, namely Kalolin, Genetala, Saboranganje, Muti 2 with the deeper descriptive qualitative research with data source of primary data and secondary data. My informant, yes.
Because your time it's enough. Let's jump to in conclusion.
Oh yes, okay. Chapter 5, result and discussion, social conclusion. Okay. Social support, I have our assistant for external factor in the form of BAMPRES BPUM from the central government atau bantuan presiden. Hamlet Based Business Capital Assistance from the Bantaeng Regency Government, bantuan modal usaha berbasis dusun dan RW, Kabupaten Bantaeng, mentoring and other facilities that can help cover a small part of the loss experienced during the COVID-19 pandemic. The second, the personal strength I am possessed by SMEs actor is in the form of high sense of the trust and enthusiasm to be able to survive during the COVID-19 pandemic, so that the resilience of the SMEs actor can be formed by seeking various ways, wise skill in integrating.
Thank you very much for your presentation.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's the presentation with group 11. We jump back to the group 7. Hasrul Nur, Ulfa Duyanti Sukmawati, Andi Padamani, with the title Public Policy Communication in the Implementation of Health Protocols at PKL Gor Sudiang in Makassar City. So let me share screen first. For group 7, are you able to connect? Hasrul Nur, Ulfa Dwiyanti Sukmawati, and Andi Padamani bisa terdengar? Excuse me?
Yes, hello.
Okay. Let's start.
I'm sorry. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I would like to say thank you for coming to my presentation. It's great to see you. Let me introduce myself. My name is Andi Padamani. Thank you very much. Okay, my friend, in this presentations we will discussions Journal of Public Policy Time, Public Policy Communication in the implementation of healthy protocol and PKL Gor Sudian in Makassar City. Health is the most important thing in human life. Health is a major factor at this time. This is due to the widespread speed of various virus of infectious disease that occurs in the hemisphere, including in Indonesia itself. Indonesia has now become one of the countries where the spread of COVID-19 continues to increase, but those who are positively affected recovered and those who die. The impact of the spread of COVID-19 has also spread to various levels of society, so that people are encouraged to always apply the health protocol that have been set by the government. One of the cities that have implemented the health protocol is Makassar City. Okay, next. Research focus. The focus of this research is based on number one, first, the public policy communication process. In this case, the focus of research is the research at the application of healthy protocol at police explanation in a laws that is more operational. And number one, and number two, second, the obstacles that arise in the communication of public. Next. A theoretical review. Next. Next, theoretical review. Number one, public police. Number two, public police process. And number three, police system elements. And number four, police communication, organization communication. And number five, police communication. Research methods. Research methods, the type of research selects is qualitative threats method. Number two, research location, Lord Sudian in Makassar City. Observation, interview, and documentation. Number five, research informant and funds of. Number five, manager of PKL Gor Sudian Makassar City. Result and discussion. Gor Sudian is one of the four great sport years in Indonesia. Gor Sudian was born in 24 and has become an icon in the Sudian area of Makassar City. A part of being a sport facility, Sudian Sports Center has now also become a regional facility or a gathering place for group of street vendors. This coordination was strengthened by increased communication through a WhatsApp group containing the PKL manager of Gor Sudian with all members of the Sudian Gor Next group. The PKL management party in tackling the spread of COVID-19 but implementation healthy protocol in accordance with Mayor Regulation number 31 of 2020. So far trends as will fixtures sometimes they implement or not. Okay, next. Number 2, obstacles in public policy communication in the implementation of healthy protocol at PKL Gor Sudian in Makassar City. To achieve a success carried out by an individual or group. Obstacles must always be there. Obstacles that arise from terms of communication. In the public policy communication, in Makassar City. To obstacles experienced by the PKL manager of Gorsudian relate to the implementation of healthy protocols. Number 1, less than optimal communication, and number 2, disorganized buyers, and 3, awareness of street vendors who are still lacking. Thank you. Thank you very much for your attention.
Okay, thank you very much for group 7. That's all for all of the participants. So now we are on the Q&A session. So for the first question from Siti Nurhalisa, as we know that Malino City is a beautiful and clean tourist city, how the realization of good environmental in Malino due to the event made the beautiful Malito even image the tourist cities there inversely compared to explanation explained by the sister. So for Nurhalisa, please.
Okay, thank you for moderator, and I want to say thank you to thank you for the question. And the answer is we know after the even beautiful Malino, many problems that arise and can damage the tourist city. Therefore, this is research was created to propose the implementation of good tourism so that the government can overcome the problems that arise after the beautiful Malino event. So this is the answer.
Okay, for next question to Irfan Aryabi and team, what are the inhibiting and support factors for the success of government strategy? So, team 6, please.
Yes. Yes, I will answer the question. The question is, what are the inhibiting and supporting factors for the success of the government strategy? Uh, by the health promotion team from the Puskesmas as well, as by other government partners involved in achieving organization goals. A new problem arose, namely people who had received education but did not wear masks. I think is the weakness on inhibiting. So the access or supporting is good coordination between the Benteng Puskesmas, Benteng Police, and other is something that must be appreciated. I think that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for Irfan Aryabi for the answering question, inhibiting and support factors. So for the next question to Ulfia Sukri, can you explain the extent of the government's role in the dealing with the conflict in Barabaraya City? For group 8, Ulfia Sukri.
Okay, unfortunately, Ufia Sukri has out from this Zoom meeting, so I'm just going to make additional to answer the question exactly. So the role of government facing the problem of Barabaria is sad to say that there's nothing they do about it, because as we know that only the poor people stand for their rights against the land mafia that has relation with the TNI, and sadly, this is the reality that our government can't do much about it. The issues that happen in Barabaraya, even until now, there isn't completely clear, and our friends still fight for the freedom in there. Thank you. That's all my answer.
Thank you for answering that question from Siti Alisa. So for next question is team 10, Nurul Wahdania, Elviana Mujadidatun Nisa. The question is, what are the benchmarks so that the government is said to be responsive to be handling of COVID-19? So Group 10, Nurul Dania, Elviana, dan Mujadidatun Nisa. Sorry.
Okay, thanks for the question. I represent the team will answer your question. Responsive government is very responsive to the handling of the COVID-19 pandemic in Goa Regency. This can be seen from the large-scale social restrictions that are the policy of the central government in response to the issues of Regulation Number 2 of 2020 on mandatory masks and the application of health protocols. Okay, thank you.
Okay, the benchmark of the government do in Goa. So, okay, that's last of our session. So, please, all of the team, on your camera for documentation. For documentation, so I will screenshot. Please, all of the team on your camera. One more time. The link can open. The link can open. Really? Bisa aja. Oh, enggak bisa. I will send it to group what for the presenters, the link. Okay. One, two, three. Wih, nggak tahu, Kak. Wih, snip gitu loh. One more. The newcomers are coming. Okay, we will screenshot that for documentation. Okay. Anjir. Datang. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you so much for the documentation and your participant. So let's back to the main room. The main room, there will be announcement and at that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. See you. And